Hey, tell me your name, sir.
So my name is Deepak. So now I live in a place where I stay for the little safe place, yeah.
And so you were telling me that you were living in an older house here in Kathmandu.
Yeah.
And it was destroyed in the first earthquake?
Yeah, first earthquake, little broke, and second earthquake, yeah, Tuesday. Maybe Tuesday earthquake is really big, yeah.
Yeah.
And my room is almost going down,
Oh, so you were still living in it after April 25th?
Yeah.
And then on May 12th at the second earthquake, that finished it?
Yeah, finished this. And I have to run away from there to find the place where the soldiers, they literally take care.
Yeah.
And the big ground there.
So you're living in one of the army camps?
Yeah, near the army camp. Yeah.
And what do you do for a living, sir?
So now I living nothing to do, no work, no job. Yeah, before I work with a guide, and now it's nothing to work.
So you were a guide?
Yeah, I'm a guide.
And where do you guide people?
I do guide in Durbar Square in Kathmandu, Durbar Square, where they live Kumari, and where the temple hippie, there's all the temple history place anyway.
So normally this time of year you would be busy with clients?
Yeah, busy before and now busy.
And now?
Now no busy, no work, nothing to do, I try to find work.
Yeah.
And I just walk, I don't find, 1 month no job. And it's little difficult for me to, for living. Otherwise, even the people are there rich, yeah. Million people also they are now problem. Like me, no house, rent people, yeah. And now the rent house also people, they say, now go out. And they lock, I have something I cannot take allowed inside my room. This is also happening.
So I'm with Deepak, who's a certified guide, registered guide here for Durbar Square. And we're looking at the Hanuman now. And you were telling me this normally is how many floors?
It is 9 floors.
9 floors. So we've seen at 3 of, how many have collapsed?
Yes, now still we have 6 floors, so
yeah.
3 floors is falling down, yeah, the RP. So that time, the nobody there. Otherwise, when somebody be inside, many people die, because that time there is a repeating time. So soldiers they not sent inside, only for they sent in just the white building.
Okay, so so what you're saying is that how many people died in the first earthquake?
Yeah, first earthquake in this palace only died 3 people.
3 soldiers?
Yeah, 3 soldiers died.
And do you know how many, if there were any fatalities in the Gaddi Baithak?
Inside?
Yeah.
Actually inside there is you means like inside in the how many room? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Their room is many because their main place we have so many people inside they're safe, literally the soldiers they protect the people. Just they stay inside courtyard,
Oh, in the courtyard.
Yeah,
so,
inside courtyard.
So during the earthquake, people went to the courtyard, and they were safe there.
Yeah, they are safe.
Okay, so we're in front of the Taleju temple.
Yeah,
now?
so this is a temple called Taleju, yeah, Taleju Bhavani. So Taleju means the goddess of Kali, the goddess of destruction, and Bhavani means like a goddess. So this is one of the temple like our king of Malla. So that one of the king have a family goddess, this one. So that way every year's October, so our king they have to respect of that goddess to offering sacrifice animal, the 108 water buffalo. So why we giving to 108? So 108 is like a lucky number of Hindu way and Buddhist way. And why we sacrifice the buffalo? Actually buffalo we believe is kind of demons, So
demons,
that way, yeah. So that way we needed to sacrifice buffalo.
So every year around October, approximately, during Dusain or Dusai, they will sacrifice 108 buffalo at this temple.
Yeah.
And that particular festival is to honor Kali, correct?
Yeah, it's the festival of Kali, Durga,
Yes.
Because Durga, Kali is the same goddess, different incarnation.
Yes.
Because she have a real name is called Parvati, and she have a 9 different incarnation.
So during that festival, many goats are also sacrificed here in Durbar Square.
Yes, chicken, because that festival also one of the festival of meat festival and tikka festival. So tikka, who put your tikka? Actually the family, the main boss is the father. The father, they respect of the child. Son, daughter, put your tikka, give you blaze to have a long life, good life. And they needed to offer good food. So good food, and the people they feel this is a meat,
Yeah.
And just they buy, even the people are rich, they buy big goat to sacrifice. Even people are the poor, just they buy to meat and they cook and they collect all the family enjoy happiness to eat, you know.
Now, and I understand vegetarians aren't excluded as well. So if
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
a vegetarian, you crack a coconut. Is that correct? Or?
Yeah. The vegetarian people, they just broke in the coconut.
Yeah.
They cannot sacrifice, you know.
So that's their sacrifice.
Yeah.
So, and like you said, this temple is only for visitation once a year.
Yeah, one day.
For local people,
Yeah.
for Hindu people.
Yeah,
one
only
day.
Hindu,
On one day. And it appears that there has been some damage, but many of the structures are still standing here.
Yeah, still standing this temple.
I guess you don't mess with Kali.
Yeah, we don't miss the Kali, you know, because Kali is one of the big powerful goddess.
Yeah.
This is we believe in Hindu religion. So that way, we have a Kumari there. Actually, you know, one of the things also the Kumari temple is not so high, you know.
Yeah.
This is one of the things also, and also people they believe that, you know, she have of course some power. She have some healing power. So that
And people can go visit her as well.
yeah, people also they visit in every morning who have a problem with the baby child. Yeah, all the time not happening only doctor. Sometimes happening of God, happening of demons. So that time just people they visit inside. They give you place, give you tika, really something good for the after few days to child be start to smiling. So this is we believe. गोइरी धारा कहाँ पर्छ? गोइरी धारा तपाईको कता गोइरी धारा भनेपछि त
Hello from Pashupatinath Temple Complex in Kathmandu, Nepal. I'm here on Saturday, which is a holiday in Nepal, and many people come to the temple to worship on this day, and they get dressed up, and it's a very special day. And despite all of the heartache lately in Nepal, there is a very joyous feeling here, very spiritual feeling. Namaste. know from Boudhanath, the Tibetan village in Kathmandu, I cannot come to the Kathmandu Valley without a visit to Boudhanath. It is the main community of the Tibetan people here. Many Tibetan refugees live here, and of course it is built around this beautiful stupa. It's one of the largest in the world, and is definitely the largest in Nepal. And one of the things you have to do when you come here is do a kora or a few koras, which is a clockwise circumambulation of the temple for good karma. And one of the best times to do it is in the afternoon when all the Tibetan Buddhists come out to do their afternoon prayers, rituals, and chanting. Now, I've had a look around. There is definitely some damage here from the earthquakes, but not so much. Some of the stupa, the large stupa, is cracked. There's a smaller one that is broken, but the main village area looks like it's almost untouched. They have been doing some renovation here to the pathway around the stupa, but other than that, it's beautiful. So let's go for a walk. Let's do a kora together around Boudhanath. How many people died in this house?
यसमा हामी चारजना भाइको चाहिँ दुईजना यसमा एउटा भाइ मर्यो अर्को ठाउँ यता छ नि त
Here only one is brother dead and other side all this area more than nine people dead here.
So his brother died here?
Yeah.
And then just around the corner,
Yeah, other people dead here.
other people died, altogether 9.
Yeah.
How old was his brother?
What was it?
ओ यो कौन बस
51 years.
51.
Yeah.
ओ भाइको नाम
So sorry, where one person
One
died
person died here
here?
and here also. All
So
together,
altogether is nine
nine
people died here.
Yeah.
This is your house here.
Yeah.
And were you inside it the day
No,
the
no.
earthquake hit?
At that time I was Kathmandu.
You were in Kathmandu.
Yeah.
Was anybody in the house at the time?
No.
And
No.
that was April 25th?
Yeah.
April 25th.
Yeah.
And the people that died around here, were they friends of yours?
Yeah. Relatives.
Relatives?
Some neighbors.
Neighbors, yeah.
I also heard about that house
Yes.
5 years ago. I am a teacher of this school.
So you bought this house only 5 years ago,
Yeah.
and you're a teacher here.
Yeah. I'm from different community. I was born in Baglung district.
western part of Nepal.
Hmm.
And I have been teaching here in this neighboring village school. I have been teaching here for 16 years. Altogether, 7 people were killed in this toll.
In just this building here, 7 people.
Yeah, in this toll, 7 people were killed.
So these people are collecting their personal items.
Personal items. From their room.
From their rooms.
Been cracked, so dangerous. So people don't like to come back into their houses. They stay in the different huts or tents in the field, safe area.
So there's nobody living in this area here right now.
Yeah.
And do you have any idea how many people lived here before?
About 2,000 people lived in this
2,000 people lived in this area. They're all living either outside in tents or in other houses now.
Yeah.
So there's 2,000 people displaced here right now.
Yeah. They are breaking the houses themselves.
They are breaking them themselves?
Oh yeah. Collecting their goods, some woods,
Yeah.
and some bricks. They want to make house in different areas.
Oh, so they want to take some of the bricks from this house and make a new house.
And the remaining materials can be used for the huts in the field.
Right. So, sir, you were telling me that almost over 1,100 houses were broken in the earthquakes?
1,102 broken.
And how many completely damaged?
199.
And how many died in Sankhu Village?
Yes, total 74. And permanent residents in 45 people died in the Sankhu. Just around the Sankhu in the city.
In the city, 45 died, but when you count the outer area, 74 altogether.
Yeah, no. Out of the area, total in Sankrapur Nagar municipality, 114.
114 altogether.
Yeah.
So, your name, sir?
Travis Richardson.
And you are Canadian Army?
Yes, 2nd Royal Canadian Horse Artillery.
And how long have you and your team been in Nepal for?
Well, the first team deployed the last week of April. Correction, the last week of April, and then the rest of us started flying in as soon as the airport started becoming clear, which was very difficult at the time. So between June 1st and June 5th, that's when most of us have arrived here.
And how long have you been in Sankhu Village?
We've been here now for about 1 week, and before that we were in Samudra, which is north of Kathmandu, well, more east to Kathmandu.
And what were you doing there?
Same thing we're doing here, just clearing roads, giving medical attention where needed, and just helping out the locals where we can.
So this has been just built after the earthquakes as a temporary shelter.
Yeah.
And 10 people can live in one of these sized huts right now.
Yeah.
And you were saying that they were designed by Nepali engineering students.
Yeah, students. And recommended by the government.
Oh, okay. And four families? Yeah. 4 families live in this hut. And they will live in here temporarily for 2 years? Temporarily for 2 years until they've built another house.
Now 15 people.
15 people. Four families.
4 families, but a total of 15 people actually live in this building right now temporarily.
Auntie.
Grand auntie.
Grand auntie was
She was very old and 93 years old.
93 years old, and she died in the
Yes,
earthquake.
yes, she died. She could not escape from the
His
house.
uncle wife is dead by earthquake. Yeah.
His uncle's wife?
93 years.
93 years old. Oh. And but I just wanted to say also, like, this man has put up his own money to build this house,
तपाईँ आफ्नै पैसा नै हो खर्च. Yes.
but he's letting other families stay with him as well.
Yeah.
So he is sharing this.
Sharing.
Bisnumati, that the river on the other side. So how long do you figure these people have been living here for? From the first earthquake. Okay. Oh, okay. So their home that they were living in is close by there. Oh, okay. Bisnumati. And now this is on the other side. You can see there's some red, looks like some plastic tarps that have been donated by Red Cross.
My name is Dilotno, living from Tumakil. I live in Tumakil. I'm 50 years old.
So you are a resident of Kathmandu,
Here,
and currently, right now, you're living in this.
a place after this Tumakil.
You're living in this
Yeah.
tent city along
Yeah.
the river.
1
here.
minute here.
And you've been here since the first earthquake, April 25th.
Even I stay just more few days, just today 12 year.
Yes.
And
Okay,
then
so
after,
you've been here since May the
Yeah.
12th. Okay, so
Yeah.
after the second big earthquake,
then we have to go.
so you currently live in a house close
Yeah.
by, but you can't live in it right now because
Yeah,
it's too dangerous.
this is very hard.
So what's it like living here right now, outside?
Because I don't want like over here, very rough place,
Yeah.
not good place. Some snack, everything is coming. Very hard to stay from here. I don't want like to stay because difficult place after my house. That's why I have to leave from here.
So you live close by here, so you can
Yeah.
keep an eye on,
Yeah.
on your things in your house.
Yeah,
How many people are living here right now? How many tents?
52.
52.
Maybe it has 105% people.
5 person per.
105. Somebody have a house, somebody people for the rent.
So some of these people own a house.
Yeah.
Some of these people rent. And they're all here because they can't live in their house right
Yeah.
now. How long do you think you're going to have to stay here, outdoors?
So I think maybe I will go just tomorrow in my home, but not to come. I think it is finished for the earthquake. I
can't live in there.
Yeah, we have to go in the house, but people those one not need to go, but difficult.
Yeah.
Very problem for him.
Yeah. And what is the thing you need the most help with right now?
So I need to not come earthquake, and they do want to go place of the home. Yeah, not good for this place. Possible to take from here because riverside, anything problem from here. I think that.
Anything else you want to say?
So people those want to give for the cooperate. Somebody people say, yeah, but many people has for the here very problems people here. But I have to say Other so big, yeah, chief and prime minister have to help every people. I have to say, but just only that. No more to say here.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Welcome.
And so this gentleman, sorry, explain to me again.
Yeah, his house is broken. And this building, his father and his two sisters and 2 workers are dead. And his sister is saved after 5 hours.
Yeah, and that's the lady that we just met. Yeah. And she was pulled out 5 hours later.
From that building. Yeah.
So this is where your house was, right here. Where your father and 2 other sisters died.
2 workers.
Yeah. And Parmila was saved.
Parmila saved.
Yeah. And what is your name, sir?
My name is Bisnumati.
And this is the former site of your home here?
Yeah.
This is where your home was?
Yes.
And you told me that this is where your older sister and younger sister died.
Yeah.
My name is Lieutenant Commander Kelly Williamson. I'm the Senior Public Affairs Officer with Canada's Disaster Assistance Response Team.
And how long have the Canadian Armed Forces been in Nepal now?
So initial elements of the DART arrived in Nepal on the 29th of April. We began flowing in with headquarters and reconnaissance elements and an initial medical capability to help with the emergency relief and some light urban search and rescue. A few days later, another flight arrived on about the 2nd of May, and that carried our additional capabilities to include the first of our defense and security platoon and some of our engineering assets. And the defense and security guys and engineering assets are the guys who are at work here in Sankhu.
So you were telling me that there's a number of different divisions that make up this whole Canadian Forces team here.
That's right.
And one of the gentlemen that I talked to the other day was Canadian Horse Artillery, 2nd Regiment. And I read a little bit of background on that particular division, and they have some special training for relief efforts. And I believe it goes back to like 1950 to the Korean War. Could you tell me a little bit about what some of the specialties are in here, like what the Canadian Armed Forces bring to relief efforts, the special training that they've received?
Absolutely. Well, I think first and foremost, one of the most important things the Canadian military brings to a disaster, such as the one in Nepal, is our basic soldier skills. So we know how to survive in very austere conditions, and that's the whole point of DART. It's really to come into a situation where there is a lot of chaos, to be self-sufficient, but to be able to provide support. Now we have a number of specialists on the team, be that medical, engineering, defense and security, and it's like a pickup hockey game essentially. We all have our day jobs throughout the country, but when the DART is called up, we all come together at Canadian Forces Base Trenton and then deploy forward. In this case, we all came here to Nepal.
And what are some of the skills that are being used right now in Sankhu Village?
So in Sankhu Village, we have an engineering platoon, about 20 personnel based out of New Brunswick, our 4 engineer support regiment. They are specializing in heavy equipment and debris removal. So that's what they're doing right now. They're clearing the roads to open it up so villagers can get around the village a bit more easily, and so NGOs can come in and bring them the humanitarian assistance they need.
What kind of medical support is being utilized right now for the local people here?
So in our early days, we were operating actually out of Sumitra, a Camp Sumitra that's up the Friendship Highway about 70 kilometers from here. At that camp, we had a Rural 1 clinic, so that's capable of providing basic medical treatments. We also had a series of mobile medical teams, and those teams are teams of about 3 or 4. They patrol on foot or by vehicle into some of the more remote mountainous villages, and there they would do triage and treat any of the various medical cases they encountered.
Right now in Nepal, what is like the 1 or 2 biggest challenges you're finding right now in trying to help with the relief effort here?
I think for Canada's DART, the biggest challenge has been access and mobility. Nepal's a very mountainous country. The mountain roads are very tight, subject to congestion and landslides. And I think a lot of us, not only DART, the NGOs as well, have found that accessing those remote mountain communities to be the most difficult.
And just on a personal note, I mean, you're a professional, you're used to doing this all the time. What's it like to see, people in despair every day? And I mean, you're seeing people at the worst point possibly in their life. I mean, serious crisis. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, you know what? It definitely is difficult on a personal side. This is the second earthquake disaster I've responded to as a member of DART. I think this time was a little bit more difficult for me, to be honest, because you look around, the people in Nepal are wonderful. They've got such caring, warm spirits, but they're so resilient. So I think there's something we can definitely learn from them as well. I think they have a great sense of community. But yeah, it is difficult. I mean, at a place where we were staying in Kathmandu, a person who I became close to, he worked very closely with us. After the second earthquake on May the 12th, I asked him if his family was okay, and he told me, oh, my family's fine. We're living in a field in front of my house because my house was destroyed in the first earthquake. And that really touched me, because I think people in Canada wouldn't have the capacity to deal with something like that. But you look around and these people are getting on with their lives, they're rebuilding, and they're not just sitting back and taking it.
Hello.